Hello, everybody. Today is Thursday, December the 26th, and we are back for another episode of Bricks and Beyond, a creator showcase series. As a reminder, each episode of the Bricks and Beyond series highlights a member of the LEGO community, essentially giving a personalized experience to learn more about the person behind the account. Tonight's guest, I would certainly say, is the heart of the South, the heart of the party, and also just an all-around good person. He is the one and only Isaiah. Get him on here. Let's see. Bear with me here. Let me make sure I get him on here. There he is. There he is.
Yes.
What's up, brother? How are you?
I am great.
How was the intro? Heart of the South?
Hmm.
Heart of the party?
Yeah, I got you. What's
I was trying
going
to
on,
think.
party people? It's me,
That's
Isaiah,
it.
here today with Bricks that Click Together, going on an amazing live. We have this live stream prepped and planned for you guys today, and I just hope that you're able to enjoy it as much as we already enjoy it. We're gonna be here to give you guys a great time. Just indulge, have a good time, and yeah, just talk it up with us,
I
please.
love it, man. Your energy is just all the time. It's
You know,
contagious.
you wouldn't believe, and I don't see it. Not like I don't see it, but like everyone says, "Oh, you are just so high energy,
Yeah,
so positive." I'm like,
yeah.
this is just me.
Well,
This is just me.
but that's it. That's you. So it's nothing different from what you expect yourself to be. But to the outside world, I mean, I bet you could walk in a pitch black room and that light would just
I,
the
you know what?
light of the room.
I really think sometimes I have that effect.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know if it's me or just the way people are around me, but whenever I interact with people, I rarely have a bad time. So
Well, hey, that's good. I will also just in the brief amount of time I've been on Instagram and a brief amount of time I've seen you and what you do, I want to tell your mom and dad thank you for having you.
oh, I
I'm
would
sure they're more
I'll
than
say
proud
that.
of you as well.
They'll be glad to hear that. They'll be
Yes, for
glad to
sure. So Christmas, how was it? What'd you guys
hear.
do?
Christmas was amazing. So every year on Christmas Eve for the last 3 years, my family and I have been going to this huge family
Okay.
gathering we have for my side of the
Okay.
family, and we go and usually all the like grandchildren and great grandchildren, even great great grandchildren,
Nice.
gather there, celebrate our family history. We interact, we talk it up,
Okay.
connect, stuff like that. Because down the line, sometimes the family can get a little separated,
Yeah.
especially when you
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
distant cousins and stuff. So we do that every year to kind of keep it together, and that's on
That's
Christmas Eve. And then
nice.
Christmas Day was amazing for us this year. It was just me, my parents, my brother, and then my cousin, aunt, and uncle, and then we just had a great small Christmas
Yep.
at my uncle's place.
Okay.
It was very enjoyable, and we watched movies, we
Nice.
laughed the whole time, and we ate even more.
That's, that was actually gonna be the next question. So, what's a typical family Christmas dinner look like?
Okay, so typical family Christmas dinner, we at least have like one of each meat, and what I mean is
Nice.
we'll have
Okay.
turkey, we'll have
Okay.
fish, we'll have chicken, and then we may have something like pork ribs, and
Ooh,
then some
nice.
beef there, just because like everybody eats a little differently.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
throw a little bit. Yeah, we had grilled chicken, we had fried fish,
Okay.
we had baked chicken, we had turkey legs, stuff like that. It
Ooh,
was really good.
man.
Yeah, so
Now, is
definitely
it
I have a variety going on.
yeah, no, so that's what I was gonna say. So is the like all the cooking that you guys do, is it all like interior oven style cooking or is the weather nice enough where you guys can be outside?
No, it's we do some outside cooking too. Like
Okay.
smoke the turkey outside. We even use
Oh, nice.
yeah a good old compression cooker
Yeah.
to do the yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Did you guys ever dabble in that in the fried turkey attempts?
Yes,
Ooh,
we
how's
did
that?
2 years ago. Both my
Okay.
own they fried a turkey and it was heavenly. They
Oh,
did
I
like
bet.
sliced orange.
Oh,
Oh man. for
Oh
the
man,
marinade.
Oof. Man, you're making me hungry. So on the Lego front, did you get any Lego sets for Christmas?
Absolutely, I'm glad you asked because I have all of them actually behind me. Starting off with the one I can reach first. We have this.
Nice.
I got the Stir Burger,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So this is something I'm really gonna enjoy. I mean, at this who hasn't at least heard of Fortnite?
Yes.
It's a cool game. You know, it's taken over the pop culture. So this is something really cool to have. I haven't decided if I want to build it or just kind of leave it in the box because
Okay.
I appreciate the way this box art looks, and I think it's a good shelf decoration as it is. I don't know. I haven't really.
Suggestion for you:
What
be
you
gentle with the box, gently open it, build it, and display the build with the box. Then it's best of both worlds.
see now? You're tapping into some crazy. I've
See,
never heard.
that's why we play off
That's
each other
good.
here.
That's good. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. I like it. Okay.
See?
See,
Yeah. Get.
fully take.
Do you have a box cutter?
I do.
That's what
I do.
I.
I actually.
Yeah.
I didn't you ask that. It's not my box cutter, but I keep. I
Good
keep my
enough.
knife
Yep.
on me.
There you go. Nice slice down the box. It comes out perfectly, and then you have both. So
Yes. Perfect. Also, I see in the comments, everybody saying what's up. Everybody saying hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Glad you made it here. Hope you
definitely
enjoyed all that stuff.
appreciate everybody stopping by a day
Yeah.
after Christmas as well. So,
100%.
all right. So what else you have behind there? What else you get?
Oh, perfect. Actually, okay, we'll talk about that in a second. But I got this. This is
Classic.
like this is huge. You
Yep.
see this?
Yep.
Bigger than my.
This.
This is the Lego Batman Batmobile. It's the one that comes with Mister Freeze and Harley Quinn.
Now
And
is that the one off the animated series, right?
yes,
Okay.
it
Yep.
actually. There you go. You have Batman
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So it's one of the biggest sets I've ever gotten. I think maybe the biggest might be the Dark
Okay.
Falcon, but this is huge, and I'm super appreciative of it because it was also free. You know,
Well, that's
we love Lego, but we love free Lego even more.
yes.
Yeah,
Now, did you get to watch? Have you watched the animated
yes,
series of that Batman?
I
Okay.
have. So I've seen at least a little sliver of each animated Batman
Okay.
series, and
Yep.
so I'm sort of generally well versed. Now,
Sure.
if you get specifics, I probably couldn't give you much about it, but I know a little bit about this
Okay.
series. I couldn't remember if this was Brave and the Bold for some reason because the title Brave and the Bold kept running in my mind when I kept thinking of Batman and animation,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
now Batman the animated series. So perfect.
Well, I can promise I'm not going to quiz you on. Did you know that Gotham Skyline set? Somebody told me like you can actually watch episodes from the animated series as you build the bags. So like there's bags for particular episodes of that series. So
Really.
the big, yeah,
Yeah, the
the
wall.
Skyline one. Yep.
Oh
Yep.
yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, Brick Venturing. If you know who that is.
Yeah.
Hers was that earlier this year. I think
Okay.
sometime April, and I saw that whole build and it was amazing. And I remember looking at it being like, "This is really cool.
Yeah.
Why aren't there more people talking about it?" But I'm pretty sure this has been out a couple of years now, right?
No, I want to say that actually was earlier this year, if I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
mistaken.
Am I
I could be
right?
mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it was earlier this year.
I wonder why people didn't get into the theatrics. Maybe because it's not really minifig focused.
Yeah, I don't know. I think like you can. I'm pretty sure you can stand it up on a shelf. I think wall space obviously is a big problem for most.
Right.
And so like you already have shelf space problems, and then you have wall space problems. That would be my guess. I have it. I just haven't built it yet. But yeah, it looks like it's a really cool build. So,
Well,
um, but yeah, the Batman, I another one that's on my list to eventually get. And then I see a big one behind you.
yes.
That was this a Christmas gift or was this just a
No.
gift?
We're actually going to talk about that because there's some behind this one, right?
Okay.
I got a few more surprises,
Man,
bro.
look at you pulling stuff out over
Yeah,
here.
I had to make it entertaining.
That's
I know people
how we like it.
who like space value.
Yeah.
No. But here we have the Lego Iron Man Mark V brick
Yep.
heads.
Okay.
I was gonna do a video on this exact Lego set earlier this year because
Okay.
my brother
Oh,
and
okay.
he built it and like do the voiceover thing about it, but
Yeah,
it just ended up coming out. A lot happened in between the time, and I had a bunch of videos lined up for that
sure.
week, so I just ended up But now I get the chance to repeat and do it the right way this time because I have one of my own. So
Okay. Yep. Yep.
uh,
Exactly. It's better when it's your own too. So.
is now he was very invested. My family, my whole family, they are very invested in what I do as it pertains to Lego.
Okay.
Saw you may have seen in some of my videos. My mom is very prevalent
Yep.
in all of them.
Yes.
And then my dad, he's not into the hobby yet, but I promise you, my 2025 goal is to at least get him into one singular
All
set.
right.
And I think I've
Save
almost got him there.
save that because I have some questions for you. We're going to spin into that in a little bit. So yeah, keep that good. I'm glad you brought it up though. So all right, what else you got behind you?
This, I actually, so funny thing, when I
Oh, I
opened
mean the
it,
one.
I
Yep.
a little bit of the design off, but this
Oh.
is the Lego Boba. It's so, especially for, I love the boxes. I
Yeah,
really do appreciate
I know.
it, but it is what it is, and I'm not too distraught about it. But this is the Lego Star Wars Boba Fett mech set,
Yep.
right? And so you have the microfighter, which I already have. I actually did a video on that earlier this year, and now I have the mech, which is really cool. And I think the minifigures in both sets are the same, if I'm
I
not mistaken.
think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Too bad
this,
it's not the Cloud City Boba Fett.
yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah. No, I saw one of those in person.
How? Yeah.
In person, when we went to Indiana this year, it had a crack down the entire
Oh
arm,
yeah.
and it was still selling for $2,000 with the cracked arm.
Can you?
I believe.
Can you imagine like the number of people that had that set and got out of Lego and it just got tossed in a garage sale? Oh, yeah, the Mav in the comments, he has a nice story he could share one day with his Cloud City Boba. I'll keep it at that because I don't want to hurt him any more than
Oh
he's already hurt. So,
gosh! All right, back to modern day bowling. Then, yeah,
yes.
this one's really cool. I'm a fan of the mechs. I do have my problems with the sets, including but not limited to the
Okay.
joints. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that, I guess, later. But overall, yes, it's a really great
Okay.
set, and I like how like whole design is
Yeah.
reflected
Yep.
into the. It does look like they put a lot of attention into it, even though it's very minimal. Even with the gray legs, they made sure to have those little yellow parts for his
Oh
knee
yeah.
pads,
Yep.
and I respect that.
Yep.
It's a $15
Yeah.
set, and they put effort to where it needed to be, and for that you have my thanks. Also, the
You
mini is very well made.
sure
Like from leg printing to belt printing to arm printing, that's
for the
quality.
price? Yeah. Yep.
Man,
You know what else is weird too? You showing me these sets here. It's funny how these sets that are on the lower price scale, why are their boxes so nice? They're designed nicely, there's stuff going
oh
on,
my,
and then you have like the idea stuff and it's just like a black box. So make
and
that make
I
sense.
often think about that. I'm glad you mentioned that all the time. Like when I go into like let's say I'm on a Target run and I
Yep.
want to look for sets. Most of the like really small sets have such detail, and maybe it's the fact that they are small and they're able to cram a lot more into a smaller canvas. Maybe that's what helps. Because here, I'll grab something for you real quick.
Yep.
I probably should have had this on hand,
Gotcha.
but I mean, since we're
Mm,
talking about it, here's
yep.
the box for the Dark Falcon.
Okay.
And if you look, really just the Falcon.
Just
That's
yep.
all that's on
Yep.
here. And then you got the lined up and your branding, but that's
What
it. And then on the backside, same thing.
it's
It's
really
really not
just that. Yeah.
what comes with it.
Yep.
So I wouldn't agree. I think they put a lot of effort into the smaller stuff. But when you think about it from a marketing standpoint, that's what sells
Yeah.
more. People are more likely to buy the
Yep.
lower priced, smaller sets. So maybe they
Agreed.
put less for a reason.
I I think with the bigger stuff too, they pretty much probably already know that people are going to buy it regardless.
Absolutely.
And so it's like box really doesn't matter. Whereas the smaller stuff, maybe it's more of like a trying to draw you in, like seeing all the. It's kind of like a casino. You hear the bells and the whistles, and now you see the box and all the printing. It's like, yeah, maybe I'll give that a shot. So,
Yes, yes, yes.
um, yeah, that's how all the old sets used to be. I mean, they were all nicely designed, all the boxes, and it like I remember being a kid and like that's what you wanted the box so you could see like what came in it, what you could do with it. And then, like I said, these black boxes now they're just boring.
They're
So
bland. They're
what
bland.
are you supposed
Yeah.
to do in the car ride home? Look at a black box? You know, where's all the pictures? That's
Right. I love. I'm a look at the back of the cereal box type of guy. Like if
yes.
I'm Frosted Flakes,
Yep.
I want to see the Tony's going through on the backside too. So yeah,
Do you remember the games they used to have on the back of the cereal
yeah.
boxes?
Oh my gosh, the Captain Crunch box was one of my favorites. Where you had to spot the little
Yeah.
like pictures and find the can of soup. And that right there, key point of my childhood, right there. Well,
Oh man, geez, you're bringing back memories here. That's stuff I haven't thought about in a
but
long time.
most 20-year-old, most people my age don't have that. They
Yeah,
technology raised them. Me, I'm more down to earth.
yeah. It is interesting to see the difference in the generations and how like things are so different now. And it's like to somebody that's older, it's like, well, you're really missing out. But then that's younger, like, well, I'm not missing out because I don't know that. So it's
They,
like, well, you're just old. So it's all right.
yeah.
Anything else you want to pull out from behind
Oh
you, or did you
well,
pull out of your stuff out of your hat?
no. Well, this is here, and I know most
Ooh,
Lego
okay.
get into the games, but
Yep.
this is a premium edition. It's the yeah. It's the platinum edition of the Lego Marvel Superheroes game from
Okay.
2013,
Okay.
and the disc is still intact.
There
I
it
haven't,
is.
but I got this off of eBay for like a buck 27,
Wow.
and
Holy cow.
cool because my brother and I grew up playing
Oh,
this game, and we
okay.
never ever finished it. We every
Okay.
time we would go over to my cousin's house, play it on her PS4, and then
Sure.
while we were there, but never got really any playthrough. So when I became a content creator, and I was able to buy this stuff, I was like, you know what, let me get a game and purchase it, and my brother and I could play it together.
Yeah.
Fast forward arrival day, it arrived, it came in, and I couldn't play it because my Xbox wasn't compatible.
Ah,
I
lovely.
thought it was cross compatible with the Xbox 360 game. It's
Yeah. Okay.
cross with this Xbox
Of
360 game.
course. Of
So
course.
it was unfortunate, but what I ended up doing was I ended up just buying the online version, the digital version, and then I was
Okay.
like, well, when we finish this one, we're gonna want to
Yeah.
play the other one. So I just went
Yeah.
ahead, the bundle. I bought all three
Oh,
Lego
nice.
Marvel games,
Nice. Oh, that's
and
cool.
so we it literally in the first week it took us 7 days time to finish this entire game.
Oh, wow. That's,
We 100% of the game, and it was just crazy because we were like, "This is what we aspired to do as kids, lifelong dream," and it took us
yeah.
to do it.
Yeah.
Wow!
That's
So
funny.
yeah, it was just
Are you one of those 100% completion kind of guys where you can't walk
yeah.
away from it until you're
Well,
done?
if it's this kind of game, absolutely.
Okay.
So for most games, I'm a little bit more lax with because a lot of them are like online games that ultimately have no end because they keep releasing
Sure.
new stuff every month. But this kind of thing from 2013, I could definitely 100% this, and it's a piece of nostalgia for
Yeah.
me. So I just
Yep.
went ahead, like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Have you played either any of the Lego Star Wars or the 2K Drive game that's
I
out?
have played very little of the Lego Star Wars, and I believe it was the DS version.
Okay.
Uh, Lego Indiana Jones. Those are
Oh
the.
yeah.
I have some Lego Batman experience too, but
Okay.
not much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just asked my son likes playing the Star Wars one because he can get the lightsaber and chop everybody up and they explode everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, are you playing the level or are we just blowing people up?
Yes. Oh man. Yeah. Your son's got good taste.
I tend to think I rub off. No, he rubs off on me, so he gives me his good taste. So, all right. So before we get into Lego chat, I'm going to toss out a couple things about you
Perfect.
and your life journey instead of your Lego journey. We'll start with the life of the man, the myth, the legend here. So in June of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
I see that you had something pretty special happen to yourself. And that would be in the form of a book that you not only wrote, but you illustrated as well, correct?
That is
All
correct.
right. I want to hear all about it. Let's hear from beginning to end where the idea came up and how the whole process went.
Okay, so we can't talk about the book until we talk about the experience that
That
inspired it. So
works. Yep.
we got to take it all the way back to fifth
Okay.
grade. This is 2014, Isaiah.
Okay.
Very person, but essentially, Converse have always been a shoe I love. To this day,
Okay.
I am still rocking Converse.
Nice. Yep.
Always, I
Okay.
always have a pair of Converse. I have like 7 pair now. I
Nice.
think it's a lot of Converse,
Sure.
but back 30, and I wear a different pair each day of school.
okay. Yep.
Sometimes I mix and match because the pairs complement each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
But one particular day, I wore my Converse like any other day, and one of my classmates just started joking me out of nowhere. I was called both gay and weird for wearing Converse, which was
Okay.
strange.
Interesting.
I never saw him as such. It was just
Yeah.
it was weird and insulting to
Yeah.
say the least. I mean, I
Sure.
meant it as a term of endearment, but nonetheless, I had that experience, and I didn't really know what to do or how to react. So I went home and I told my dad about it. As
Okay.
most, and he did something that surprised me. He did something that's typically unusual because whenever a parent hears about their child being bullied, their first reaction is one of defense, like
Yeah.
going and talking to the child's parents or something like that. But my dad, he 100% did a 180 on me, and he gave me a sense of personal accountability.
Okay.
He said, "Okay, so you've been called these things about wearing your shoes. Do you believe them?" And I was like, "Well, no." He's like, "Do you feel any differently about your shoes now than you did before?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Are you gonna still wear the shoes that you like?" And I was like, "Yes." And he said this one phrase, and I'm gonna say it exactly how he said it. He said, "People gon' people." And basically, what that means is people are going to do, say, think, and feel however they feel, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do to interfere with that kind of thing. Okay, because it's autonomy. It's the gift we're
Yeah.
all given. And he said the only thing that you can control in this life is yourself.
Sure.
Literally, you can't weather, you can't control, what time the sun rises, anything like that. All you can control is you and the
Yeah.
choices you.
Yeah.
So when you make those choices and when you decide to interact in life, don't let other people be the dictator of those choices. Don't let other people's opinions guide and shift the way you think and move because of the way
Sure.
it may feel about how they think. And he wasn't saying don't take other people into consideration,
Yeah.
but I think don't let it be the drive behind what you do and why you do it. And so through that experience in 2023, I decided to kind of convey that in a story that could be specific enough to be directed at children, but general enough to where adults could read it and still receive the same message. So
Okay.
that whole encounter inspired the creation of my book, The Sole of My Feet, which
Yep.
is actually available on Amazon now, and it's actually in the link in my bio if you decide to go check it out. It's for
Which
anybody.
I have already committed to buying. So everybody else in here
Yeah,
who doesn't have, also, I would love if you go pick up a copy to
yeah,
support Isaiah and his story
yes.
here.
The story follows a young character named Wayne and his experience with making decisions that are guided by his own personal will and desire versus being guided by other people's thoughts and opinions. Because listen, and I want to give this message to you. I'm speaking directly to you, the
Yep.
audience. There is nothing that you can't do. And when I say that, I genuinely mean it. It is all a matter of mindset and what you allow yourself to be limited by. And if other people become the factor in which you make your decisions, you'll never truly live. You'll never truly understand what it's like to experience the things that you want because everything will be guided by other people and their desires, which aren't always in your best interest. Even
Yeah.
family. And I've had that personal experience, so I can tell you from the heart. It's sometimes it'll be your family members that doubt and,
Sure.
and try and push your dream, your goal, your destiny. Don't let them do it. Live the way that you understand that you can live best, as long as it's not hurting anyone else, and as long as it's following what I believe to be the direction of God, Christ. Do it,
You
100%. That's
know,
what I got for you.
I'm going to tell you something. So I live in
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh. Okay. We had a very influential person in Pittsburgh that had a TV show. No longer with us. And I'm about ready to give you the title as the modern day Mr. Rogers.
Oh, oh, wow.
I mean,
Oh my.
you are an impressive person, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I mean, you speak with a passion. You speak from the heart, which is also very hard to find nowadays. But you're you and you're not afraid to be you. And as you already said, it doesn't matter what other people think. And kudos to your dad for saying that to you at that age, because sitting here thinking about that, like I probably would have thought about the defensive first, but then I would have tried to take what I was taught and
Yeah.
try to do the same. But I don't know if I could have. I can't speak on that. But that was amazing that your dad, because what your dad told you like molded you, and I don't, obviously he had molded you prior to that, but that response to that specific time really looks like it made you become the person that you are. Um, And I feel comfortable saying that. I'm going to give you that. When I see you, that's what I'm going to call you. You're the modern day Mr. Rogers.
I'm 100.
So
I'm honored.
we're going to create. There was an attempt to make Mr. Rogers Lego set,
Hmm.
and for whatever reason it didn't go through. I need to talk to somebody to make an Isaiah's television set, and we're going to put a Mr. Rogers set together with you as the
I
character. That's my goal for 2025.
that I 100% endorse it, and I'm gonna. You know what? Honestly, we really should get this
I,
in talks. I think that would be.
I I'm
You
a
know what? Every
1,000% for that.
set comes with a free copy of my book.
A
100.
thousand, a thousand percent. You and I will talk after
Yeah,
this because I told you, you and I have we have a lot in common. And sometimes you just come across a person in your life that you didn't know you needed at a specific time. And I think with the things that we have in mind, I think we could bring a lot of good. So we're gonna chat on that. I just got to find somebody who's good at designing, and then we're gonna go from there.
yeah. I heard it's a good place to check.
What's that?
I said I heard Fiverr is a good place to check.
What's
I've
fiber?
heard.
I'm not familiar.
You know,
Sorry, I don't know why I'm thumbs up in here. What's fiber?
Fiverr is like it's like an online website where you can commission people to do things. If I'm not,
Oh,
let's say you need a logo design, something of that nature.
interesting. Well, you know what? I've come to know a few people in here that are very considerate as well. I think, I don't like to be a freeloader, but if, I'm not mansion well off. So if I can find somebody who's willing to take on a task, I will certainly go that route first. But if not, we're going to fiber.
I, yeah, you know, I'm glad you mentioned that. There are a lot of really talented people on this platform, and I've
Yes.
come to know many of them. You being one of them, but
Oh,
I'm very appreciative to have met so many people
yes.
in such a short time,
Yep.
making content, bringing this.
Yep.
To experience this platform in its fullness and see what people truly have to offer is amazing, because there are things that I would have never thought or
Yeah.
imagined, especially when it Lego
Yep.
and what I participate. You just never really think about it. I went to my first Lego event this year, like huge. Brick Fan
Oh,
Orlando. That's where I
okay.
went, and there was just so much creativity. I think Bricker Builds was
Yeah.
there. They were doing some crazy stuff. It was beautiful. So yeah, 100%.
Um, in, and that's why that was one of the reasons why I started this series was because of the algorithm, and I keep finding that people just keep getting buried by the algorithm, and there's so many amazing people out there, and they have so much talent, but they're not being seen. And I know not everybody wants to be seen or needs to be seen, but when I see some of the stuff that I do, I want you to be seen because there's just it's deserved. And sometimes people can be in a shell, and that's okay. But sometimes there could just be one person that maybe helps them do something that they might be a little uncomfortable with, but it gets them out of their shell, and then it's like a whole new world for them. So. Um, all right. So again, we have the book on Amazon. It is The Sole of My Feet.
Yeah,
So if you guys, I'm not forcing any to buy, but if you want to, you'll support Isaiah. Go check that out on Amazon.
yes,
Um, all right. Next topic I want to get into. So you're obviously YouTube and Instagram.
yeah.
I saw
And
YouTube was, yeah. Okay. Yeah. TikTok as well. So YouTube was 2017. Instagram was 18. Then when was TikTok? Was that more
TikTok
recently?
was this year or
Okay.
late last. I actually started doing fitness motivational
Oh
content.
gosh,
That's
I need to check that
oh
out.
yeah, yeah. So a lot of it, I don't think much of it is on my Instagram or TikTok or YouTube. No, I never posted anything to YouTube. But if you go into the earlier years of my Instagram page, you may
Yeah.
see a couple
Okay.
things. I actually went viral doing push-ups with my cousin one time.
Oh
It was
really?
crazy.
Ah.
5,000 plus views.
Oh
It
wow. Holy cow.
was crazy. It was the biggest interaction I've ever had with the internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so if you ever get in like a debate with Isaiah's Ultiverse information and you guys are fact checking each other, if anyone asks, I started with fitness content.
Ah,
There you go.
well, that was actually gonna be my question. So, when you started the YouTube, what were you doing, and like what was your vision for what you wanted to become?
So I actually started YouTubing in, like you said, in
Yep.
2017, and it was with my brother. I am still a huge Beyblade fan, like the Metal Saga and that
Yeah.
whole
Okay.
generation. You know, from going over to my godbrother's house and battling like it was the end of the world
Sure.
to I still really appreciate Beyblade. And so in that moment, I think I had just gotten back into doing Beyblade legitimately because I think the series had ended.
Okay.
And my mom, she bought me a blade and a ring, and then later on I got another Beyblade, and I was like, well, my brother, he can launch the other one, and we can just record it and show it
Yeah.
off. So we were at my house, and I was like, let's make a YouTube video. It was about a 23-minute video. It's just me, it's raw
Okay.
footage, nothing edited. That me recording and launching, shooting away, just battling each other, having a great time, and it was very surreal because it didn't feel like what I thought making content would be. It just felt like I was doing what I was doing and then showing the rest of the world,
Yeah.
which is kind of what I do now.
Sure.
Is I just do what I do and allow you guys to see it,
Yep.
watch it unfold,
Yep.
and the way that it just kind of transpired. I think the fourth or fifth video I posted ended up getting like 5.2 thousand views, and this is
Okay.
me back in
Yeah.
2017. So this
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
huge for me. I think I
Yeah.
had just got something like that, and it was wild. And
Sure.
oh, this is people really like my stuff. It had gotten like 30 comments. I was like, whoa, I'm so,
Yeah.
you know, I can't explain it exactly, but it was a lot of bliss in that moment.
Yep.
Just being able to do what I loved and show people, and they
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Well, and that's the most important thing I think with content creation is that you're being you and not trying to be somebody else. Because I think that can show in what you do. Like if you're not being true to
Right.
yourself, I think sometimes people can pick up that it's a forced kind of thing and not what you enjoy doing.
Mhm.
Um, so then that was how it started, and then you moved over into Instagram like pretty much a year
Yes.
later. So now how do you manage going between both like Instagram and YouTube? Like does everything get posted? Like what's on Instagram go on YouTube or vice versa? Or do you like pick and choose?
For the most part, everything gets posted. The only thing that I don't post here on Instagram and TikTok are the like long form videos.
Yeah.
The videos
Okay.
over a minute long, just because the algorithm doesn't really feed too well for
Yep.
those. But on YouTube, everything is posted.
Okay.
Then Instagram and TikTok, they get everything that isn't longer than a minute.
Okay.
Yes,
Um
most of my
so
videos, as of speaking now, are shorts. I've only recently gotten into doing long form content, just because we're working on reaching monetization. So yeah.
yeah, okay. Okay. Now how is it for you? Because I did my first, so I just started back in October, and I did a like a short reel where I actually was recording myself in public. And it's awkward when you start. So like I see you out, like you were in Black Friday, right?
Yes,
And I saw you out in the stores and everybody's around. So like, how does that feel for you to like be in that moment and talking about stuff? Like, do you feel any pressure doing it, or are you comfortable with it now?
I'm fully comfortable with it
Okay.
now. At the start, I am not gonna lie to you at all. I was sweating bricks.
Yeah.
Oh God, it was so weird. And the one thing I kept thinking of was, gosh, I hope I'm not like bothering anybody or like super loud or anything like that. So you see the way some people are on content, especially like those prank
Oh,
videos and stuff. They're just
oh
in
yeah. Yeah.
just bothering people, and I never wanted to be that.
Yeah.
So I think the first time I actually recorded myself in public, I was kind of like
Okay.
whispering and trying to keep it low. I still like sort of do when I go to Target and Walmart, just because I know people are shopping and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So I try and be considerate, which is why I ended up buying a mic and stuff, so I
Oh,
could
sure.
have better audio without speaking too
Yep.
loud. But yeah, start off, it was just super. It was like you said, it was that awkward feeling. But now I'm just super comfortable in it because I've had a lot of positive interactions and reinforcement from me doing it. Most of the time when I'm recording out in public now, people will actually just jump in and
Oh, yeah.
start, and I'll encourage it. There's actually a video that sadly will never be released, just because of timing and editing on
Okay.
this. I I couldn't get it out in the time I want to, so it won't ever
Sure.
see the day of the light of day.
Yep.
But I was in Walmart and I was recording some content, some Lego content on the Lego aisle. And one of the employees, as they were moving stuff to the back, he stopped by. He was like, "Oh, do you vlog?" And I was like, "Yeah, I vlog. I record videos." I said, "Say hi to the camera." And he jumped
Oh,
in,
nice. Yeah.
like talked about himself, and I was like, "Thank you, man. I appreciate
Yeah.
the engagement." And then he
That's
walked.
funny.
This is really
Yeah.
cool. So yeah, even like in super crowded areas, it's actually easier when it's more people
I would
because
agree. Yep.
the hustle and bustle going on, so people aren't really focused on you. So they're like, "Oh, that guy's holding up a camera," and then they
Yeah.
just keep going about their day. That's
Yep.
kind of how it was in the stores because it was just so much going on.
Well, yeah, that's when I saw you out shopping. I was like, yeah, maybe people probably are just like they're so like focused on what they're doing that it probably doesn't really seem like anything out of the
They
ordinary.
care a lot less
Yeah.
than people.
Yep. All right, so now I'm gonna backtrack now for when we brought up your family. So I believe in that same video I just talked about on the shopping video, you had family with you
Yeah.
on that day, correct? Okay, so who was with you that day, and how are they? Like, what are their feelings out when like you maybe have people watching you and kind of seeing what you're
Okay.
doing?
So I was with my mom, my brother, and my cousin, all
Okay,
them, and we spent all of Black Friday together. And they're probably more engaged than
okay,
me at times. Oh my goodness! Like time to time, like I won't have the camera in my hands and somebody be recording. That's my
okay,
mom most times. If
okay, yep,
not me recording, it's one of them. And then
okay.
my cousin, she absolutely loves when I make content. Every time I go to her house, she screams my catchphrase, "What's going on, party people?" And like it's this whole thing, and like the whole weekend we're there. It's just that the whole
That's
time, and I
funny.
funny.
So
It's
where
so
did?
annoying because I'm like I hear it all the time, but then again, I can't help but appreciate it because like, come
Yeah,
on, that's me and that's her showing me love. So
yep, yep,
100%,
no,
they are super engaged, and when we're in public, it might even be more so. I don't know if you may have seen this, but we went out for my brother's birthday last month, and we
yeah,
and like I had the microphone and stuff.
yep.
They absolutely ate
That's
that up.
funny.
I,
Yeah.
I couldn't be happier. That video actually did pretty well too. I think it had like 4,000 views on Instagram.
Okay. Now where did the catchphrase come from?
That's a good question. Okay, so I can't really say it came from a place. It was more like a feeling.
Okay.
So when I started out, I didn't have a catchphrase. I think I had gotten like 40 videos in at that point, and
Okay.
there was no greeting, and I wanted to greet everyone
Yep.
at the video to kind of give them a sense of identity,
Sure.
especially my encouraged me. She was like, you should have something you say at the beginning of the video to let them know this is Isaiah speaking. Because
Yeah.
everybody, what's going on, what's cool. But I just thought, okay, well, I just kind of mantra like life is a party and
Yeah. Yeah.
Christ. So live life and celebrate often and praise God,
Sure.
that kind of thing. So I was like, well, what if I just introduced them like, we're coming to this big party,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
and because of my energy and the way people say, I kind of give that feeling. It was like, okay, it kind of works. It works together. So I was recording one time, and I was like, all right, what's going on, party people? And
And that's that.
then I kind of put some. I was like, what's going on, party people? And then I put my hands on. I was like, what's going on, party people? I'm Isaiah. Welcome to my video. And it
That's fantastic. Yeah.
kind of
Well,
it made itself. It's this kind of amazing thing that people associate with me now. Even my girlfriend, every time we're together, she'll say it. She loves my catchphrase. That's when we first introduced each other. I told her about my content, and she went and saw my videos. And then the first time we actually went on a date, she like said it out
that's
loud. I was like,
funny.
oh
Is that how when you see her, like when you go pick her up or something, is that how she
my
greets you?
no, but she will say it at least 3 or 4
That's
times
funny.
within together. So
That's
yeah,
funny.
yeah,
Well, I definitely agree with you. The phrase itself does pick up on the energy you bring, so I would say it goes hand in hand. Um, all right, so Lego chat. Uh, so I think you and I talked about it a little bit. Did you have any Lego sets when you were little?
yes. Oh, well, not little. I may have had like the Duplo Legos, or like if you remember, this was a very niche thing Lego did, and it had like a very short run. But from like 2009 to 2010, they did this like block thing, and the blocks had like a little dome on it, and they could stick together. And there was just four
Interesting.
colors:
Okay.
red,
Okay.
yellow, and blue. I remember having them at the daycare I was at.
Okay.
But other than that, I didn't have anything up until 2012.
Okay.
So I was like 8. That's when I started collecting
Yep.
Lego.
All right. And then I can't remember if you told me. Do you remember what your first set was?
Yes, I do. It was the Avengers Quinjet.
That's right. I saw that. I saw that. That's what I meant to tell you. I watched the video the other day when you went to one of those retail stores.
Yes,
Yeah, I think I remember hearing you say that in the video. Now, do you still have that set?
I do not. I do not.
Uh, 2012 Quinjet. I have this thing. I don't know if you ever see my buddy Mav and I. We put the when we come across people looking for stuff, we make a list of all the sets that people have like a meaning to them or looking for or didn't get for whatever reason. I'm adding you to the list
Oh
for the
my,
2012 Quinjet. So no promises because we kind of do
that's fine.
things as
That's
flow, but
the
you're
promise.
added to the list.
Being thought of like that. That's so awesome. Yes.
Yes.
Gosh, and the way I don't know if you know the story. I tell the story. I wouldn't say often, but I've told it enough for people to know. In 2017, I ended up losing all the Legos I
You had
had. Like,
mentioned it, but you didn't tell me the story. Yeah, is are you
yeah,
comfortable?
I'm comfortable sharing it because honestly, it's like one of those overcomer
Yep.
stories, like something bad kind of survived right from the ashes, Phoenix type of
Sure.
thing. So in 2017, just life lifed, and my parents ended up having to file for bankruptcy, all this
Okay.
stuff. We ended up losing our storage unit, which is where all my Legos were at the time, because I had
So,
I had like two like of those storage
yeah, yeah,
bins worth of, and it was nowhere to really keep them, so we
sure.
ended up putting them there, and we ended up moving, and so they had to go there while we were moving and stuff, and then they ended up losing the storage,
Okay.
and yeah, Legos were gone, and it broke my heart in a way because I had built such an attachment to them. I've
Yeah.
always been a creative, and so most of that stuff, I had put effort and time into it, as I do most things. But
Hmm.
like the Batman sets, I may have made some custom parts for the
Sure. Yeah.
functioning features
Yep.
like that. It was just it was disheartening. So I just stopped collecting Lego for
Okay.
a really long time. And then fast forward to 2023, Christmas came around, and my mom was kind of like, she was like, you know, we're gonna get you something, but what would you like? And I was like, I'm not sure. Just get something that you think fits who I am.
Okay.
You're really great at picking. She's great at
Yeah.
picking. So she went and she got my brother and I these Lego cars.
Okay.
I got the Supra because I love JDMs,
That's
and
right.
then
Yep.
my brother got the Koenigsegg just because I got a Lego car, so he got one too.
Yeah. Sure.
And so I ended up getting that, and it was just like every bit of joy Lego brought me was
Yep.
flooding to me all at once. Like it
Yep.
just came rushing back. And so a little bit later, I think like literally the next month, I went out and bought the Nissan GTR, the one that comes
Okay.
with.
Yeah.
I went out and got that, and I was like, yeah, I absolutely love Lego, and it kind of took off from there in a way that I had to be told,
Yeah.
hold on. Because I was just gonna buy up a bunch of
Yep.
sets, like I had my own money, gonna blow it all on Lego, and then my mom was like, if you're gonna do this, if you're gonna buy these Lego stuff, I can't tell you what to do because you're an adult and all that stuff, and she respects me in that way, and I appreciate it, but she
Sure.
gave a suggestion, and she was like, why not make content?
Okay.
You love Lego, great personality. People love to see your face. Why
Yeah.
not use that and make Lego work for you? I was
Yeah.
like, okay. So I got a couple more Lego sets, just some stuff to start with. I ended up getting the creator box, the big yellow
Yeah.
box,
Okay.
kind of doing builds. So what I did was I posted a video of me making something out like from scratch, and then in the comments I told everyone, okay, if there's something you want to see me make out of Lego, comment
Yeah.
down, and the most like comment is what I'll
Okay.
build. And so like the 12 videos I have include stuff like that because I
Yeah.
saw some
Okay.
was doing like sand castles and
Okay.
like custom sand castles. So I kind of did the same
That's
thing with Lego, and
pretty cool. Yeah.
so that's where it ended up taking me. And now we're here. What I'm at like 5,000 followers total on each
Okay.
platform,
Yep.
almost 2,000, 2.3 on here. Uh, I'm at 1,700 on TikTok too.
Okay.
So like
Yeah.
it's great. Well, no, I think I'm 1,100, 1,700 on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's just like it's crazy where track.
I'm gonna say not enough. Not nowhere near enough.
Not
We
enough.
you can't know enough people to share the word. That's what the hardest part is when you're trying to share somebody is that like you can only reach so many people. And so you just have to hope like when you share with somebody else that they'll just keep and it'll domino effect and that's how we get that growth. But you are definitely a shareable person. So I can imagine, you know, you'll be well off the charts in a short amount of time, if not already. So um, now with your Lego theme, so obviously I'm guessing you're a Marvel person.
100.
Uh,
Well,
what other
to the
themes
back,
would you say that?
I knew it would show
Yeah,
off what.
yeah. Well, and you put a perfect. Your head's just perfectly placed. What? So what other than Marvel do you enjoy?
Lego Star Wars for the most part, and what other thing? Oh, Speed Champions, of course. I
Okay.
love this.
So Cars, Star Wars, Marvel. Okay.
Metal.
Um, have you ever thought of since you were talking about building, your own creations? Maybe I'm going to challenge you. Here's a challenge for you. I just thought about this. I want to see something decent. No time frame. Time yourself. Take some time to think about it. Combine the three, and let's see what you can come up with. Cars, Marvel, and Star Wars.
That.
Anything you can think of.
Oh my gosh, yes.
You
So
have
many.
time. I'm not going to bother you, with updates. Just when you have time, put something together. Let's see what you can come up with the three.
You know what? I absolutely will. I will do my best to kind of come out because those are some great
Yes.
themes. Uh, so yeah, there's so many options. Like I don't know if you've seen it. Hot Wheels has like their car line where they combine
Oh
like
yeah.
Marvel and Star
Yep.
Wars. That's the very first thing I thought of doing, like a
Yeah.
champion car with some kind of Star Wars inspiration. There's a lot I can do with that.
Well,
So I will definitely.
run with it.
I will see what we'll
No,
see what we can.
no, like I said, no rush. Just whenever you have time, put something together. I'd be interested to see.
Yes. Yes.
Um, all right. So you tell me what you like. Are there any themes that you don't like to build or have not gotten into yet?
Okay. So themes I haven't gotten into yet. Ninjago.
Yep.
I love the show and I love the minifigs that like come with it. It's just I think they're kind of hard to really look for as it comes to quality because I
Sure.
see a lot of cool stuff, see a lot of colorful stuff, but I don't see
Yep.
anything that grabs me. And it's a kid show, so the
Yeah.
attention is definitely
Yeah.
elsewhere. But the whole theme, I think they're just little things that I like about it when it comes
Okay.
to so if I ever got into Ninjago, it would probably be some of the older sets that I started with, something from like the era I remember,
Sure.
which is that literally the start. I was there for the very first episode
Okay.
and stuff like that. So
Yep.
yeah, definitely that. Ninjago is one of them, and then as far as newer sets, I think the Dream sets are definitely going to be difficult for me to get into. I've heard great things, I've seen great
Yeah.
things. I haven't personally looked at it and been wowed or like
Sure.
it hasn't really been something to catch my attention like Super Agents or one of those
Okay. Yep.
things from the past. So it's got to be one of those things that kind of sticks around for a while,
Sure.
and then
I will tell you though. So my son had me into the Dream show. The show is actually pretty good. And then what's nice about some of the Dream sets is they're kind of like the three-in-ones. So like the Nightmare ship, that big boat, like you can build it. I think it's two ways. So the value for what you pay is actually nice because you can build, a couple of different ways. So you're getting more than one style of build. But what about Technic? Are you interested in
oh,
Technic at all? Okay.
absolutely. I had quite a few Technic sets back in the day. I think I would definitely start with like the Lamborghini or the Chevrolet race car. One
Okay.
of those cool to start with. But I've always had a liking to Technic because I have a mechanical mind.
Yeah.
I don't blame that, but just numbers and functioning pieces and stuff like that work really well for me. And I know that's Technic's whole gimmick. So 100%. I also want to make a quick mention of one of my favorite themes,
Yeah.
Bionicle. Like, always been one of my favorite themes ever. And I got to go back and actually watch the show all the way through again because I've forgotten most of the parts, which is sad. It's okay. That just gives me an excuse to watch it again.
Um, it's hard to find. I mean, you got a lot going on, so it's probably hard to find time
Yeah. Oh my
to do that
God.
kind of stuff.
Oh, especially
uh,
being in school.
yeah,
Yes.
I know. I hear you. All right, so another challenge that I need an answer now, but it's not as difficult. Let's say you were given the task to go over to Billund and be a Lego designer. All right, hands anything you can imagine. You have no limitations. what would you create as a set? It can be anything. It doesn't matter. Just a single set. Again, themes don't matter. What is something that is special to you or something you would like to see?
I would create a Goldberg
Oh,
machine.
oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's the and like there would be individual functioning pieces that you can kind of maneuver and move around to
yeah.
make your own. But that would be one of the very first things I do. I think it's a
Okay.
great way to get, and it's a great way to make use of all the pieces, because sometimes you build your Lego and it's just one
Yeah.
thing, but this is something, a lot of possibility, and it sparks creativity in young people too. So that would absolutely be one of the first things I encourage.
That's it's impressive you answered that because most people take a couple minutes to think about that, but you just had that right on the tip of your
I
tongue.
a little bit too often, so
Yeah, yeah. No, well, good for you because maybe you never know. Maybe somebody will give you a call one day and you'll be heading
I
over to
love it.
design
My phone is always on
it.
vibrate, but I'll catch you. I'll definitely
Yeah,
catch you. I'm looking.
and if not,
Also,
yeah, you'll call back if not, right?
this. Do you mind if I kind of talk about it real quick?
Hey, nope,
So,
be my guest.
as everyone can clearly see, this is the Lego, Daily Bugle. It's one of the biggest Lego sets ever. I think it's like somewhere in the top
Yeah,
20. But
that's big. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's absolutely massive, and mine even more so. I'm gonna kind of turn a little bit to show you, because I've incorporated a lot of Spider-Man villains and other heroes that don't come in this set. A
Okay.
lot of also super expensive. Like starting up here, we've got the Doctor Doom figure.
Ooh, that's one I need. Ooh, I like
Yeah,
that.
so I spent most of the, and it's funny because I've only started collecting or recollecting really this year, and I've already come to have this guy along with a lot of really like huge grails. Like I've got, oh goodness, almost dropped him. Scarlet here. He's
Nice.
in like the best condition I've seen in
That's
person.
nice. Yeah. Yep.
I've got the 2002 original.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's nice.
Now, mine, unfortunately, this is the most unfortunate thing ever, because for the price I found him
Uh-huh.
at, I'm really hoping that the condition advertised was true. But he has a crack on that side
I
and
see
a
you.
crack on every
Okay.
other. Is like really, it's the best you can really get at this point. Like even the
Yep.
face print isn't
Oh,
terrible,
wow. Look at that.
but yeah,
Yeah.
just that cracked torso. So I am looking to replace the torso
Nope.
technically,
Okay.
but if I don't, it's fine. Also, the arms are a different color. If you look, they're
Oh,
the wrong arms. But
interesting.
honestly,
Okay.
I can get over
Yeah.
that. I have most. It's in great condition, and then I can't really pull them out because it requires me taking off the
Sure.
top. But there's a Deadpool minifigure in there.
Nice.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
standing on the desk and he's like got his pistols up and he
Nice.
starts. Yeah. I've got some other really really big ones, uh, kind of scattered around, like on the backside. I've got Spider-Man
Okay.
29. I've got two of those actually. So if
Okay.
you're looking for one, I have one for sale. I actually
Okay.
have the entire set that comes with that fig. I have for sale. Hit me
Okay.
up, DM me.
There you go.
There's a little plug, but yeah. So just taking the time to actually put all this stuff together has been one of my biggest dreams and goals, and to be this far along is crazy. I think I need maybe like 20 more minifigures to finish off everything that
Oh,
I'm doing,
wow.
and then after that everything is just extra.
Okay.
But this isn't even the pinnacle of it, because I plan to have like the Avengers Tower and
Yep.
all that, and then once I collect all I want from the Lego Spider-Man theme, well, now we got to go into the rest of the MCU, which there's a lot to get to. So yeah,
Oh, and it doesn't
this
stop either. So,
it never does. Like they've already announced the release of Anti Venom
yep.
this
Saw that.
month, and, and I'm gonna be one of the first people to go buy that. I'm gonna
Okay.
rush Target, every Walmart I can find. I'm fine too, but it may take longer than I want. But definitely gonna go after that, and then there's just so much to do.
I,
So
I
I've
know.
got a lot to look forward to.
Yeah,
And
I know. Are you going to get
all my
the Marvel sign?
content,
Well,
you know.
oh, I'm sorry, you cut out. What'd you say?
I said all my viewers have a lot to look forward to.
Oh, yeah, well, for sure. Yeah, I just asked you, are you going to get that the Marvel sign on January 1st?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. I actually kind of
Yeah,
like it.
yeah,
For $99, it's
I
really
know.
cool, but at least give us some unique minifigs, you know?
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. I know it's hard sometimes. You know, you want to when you have a brand that you like,
Yeah.
but
And it's gonna be that way. It's not everything's gonna be a hit, but I really one thing I was disappointed about when they had released it and like showed off what it actually looked like. I was sad that they didn't have the Hulk Big Fig pop out of the middle.
yeah,
That
that would have been cool.
was like such a no
Yeah,
brainer, and they made him a mini fig, and I was like,
yeah,
come on,
I know. Well, if it would have been that, it probably would have been what 150.
probably they would have somehow pushed for extra, and then with that licensing fee, you're not gonna really get much leeway with
Yeah,
price. So
yeah.
who knows?
No, I hear you. I hear you.
But at least
Um,
for creators to kind of make their own
yeah,
version and do
exactly.
what Lego wouldn't.
What's
So
supposed to be. Yep. All right. Before we wrap up, any plans in 2025 to head out to any conventions in the U.S.?
there are some conventions I've been informed about, like the one coming up in Chicago. I think it's like in March that
Okay.
I've considered like doing. I've never been to Chicago, so it'd be great to go. I've,
Yep.
I've been up north, but I haven't been that far up north. And then I know there's the Comic Con coming up and stuff like that. They have that every year. Maybe go to that, check out the Lego stuff,
Yep.
something of that nature. But other than that, I haven't really thought about or planned about anything. If
Okay.
anybody's got any events they want to invite me to, I'm free. Here you go.
I know you mentioned Chicago in March. We're actually going to Chicago in June for Brick World. It's like the 20.
That's it. It was June.
Oh, so it
It
is
was June.
June. Oh, okay. That's what I want to hear. Then I better see you
Yeah,
there.
I want to do my best. I gotta figure out. Well, my one desire was like have people to meet up with,
Yep.
because kind of going that far and not really having a click is,
Yep.
But if I
Party
know a lot
people.
about it, you know what? I'm great for too long. Hey, we can get some great content out of
Oh,
that.
I
I'm
can imagine.
together.
Yeah,
Oh my
I can
goodness. Plus,
imagine.
oh, that'll be a time. Yeah,
Well, yeah.
going to Brick World in Chicago there. A lot of hope for that, really, because I really want to go to that event. So very well, I'll
Well,
heavily be considering that.
definitely keep me posted on that. And then, yeah, before we wrap up, anything else that you want to share, promote your stage?
Hmm. Okay. One thing I want to talk about is creativity. That's it. So one of the biggest, like, and I'm just being transparent. One of the biggest blocks I've
Mhm.
had with my resurgence in Lego collecting is finding ways.
Sure. Oh, Isaiah, I lost you.
Oh, I got a low power message.
There
All
we
right.
go. Okay.
Okay. All right. A lot of Lego sets, they come with instructions, and you kind of just follow through with that, and then create something, and ta-da, it's there. But
Yep.
when it comes to taking pieces and kind of putting them together to make your own amalgamation and really bring your imagination to life, it's a little bit more difficult. So one thing I encourage every Lego collector slash creator to do is keep spare parts around, and don't just keep them around, but take them and the Lego sets you have already built, use those parts to modify them. Like one thing I did here, and I love this. I included Ghost Rider in my
Oh,
Daily Bugle build.
yeah. Yep.
He's like behind there, and he's fighting Sandman. Of
Oh,
course,
nice.
fire I don't think really does much to Sand other than
Yeah.
turn glass. So there's a little fire hydrant build here, and I took some of the electro webs from the Miles Morales set.
Nice.
Now he's using his chain to break open the fire hydrant. So it's
Yep.
like a way to kind of incorporate him into the story, even though he doesn't necessarily fit
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I also have this very quirky Pokemon lunchbox that I was
Oh,
given.
nice.
I keep a ton of like spare Lego and everything in here, right?
Nice. Yep.
I'm looking for a piece, or I just want to make an addition to a set or make some changes around. I always have this nearby, and then I actually have multiple boxes of pieces as well. So it's
Okay.
not just this smallest of the three that I have. And yeah, and what it does is it gives me this sense of kind of like power, because I don't feel like I'm confined to what the instructions actually tell me to do. I can kind
Yep.
of be inventive with it. You know what I'm saying? So having those extra pieces and just being prepared to make your own changes to something is something I heavily encourage for anybody.
Yep.
So yeah.
Agreed. All right. Isaiah, I don't want to cut you off,
No,
but
you're
we're going to
fine.
get cut off. I invite you back for round two down the line here.
Round
Okay.
two, I'm ready.
We are going to look at you getting fireworks. You and I are going to talk. This is the modern day Mr. Rogers right here. Isaiah, I truly appreciate you. I appreciate you stopping by. We'll be in touch and we'll talk about the
Yes,
future here. So,
yes, we will.
everybody, thanks for stopping by. Check out Isaiah's book on Amazon and make sure you follow him. We'll see you guys next Thursday.
Yep.
Isaiah, thanks again.
See ya.
All right, see you guys. Bye.